Good evening and welcome to the very first show of Stock Shots. We are going to be talking about the S&P 500. This is my opinion on what I think may happen in the future based on what I see in the past. This is not a show about making you buy, sell, trade, or put your entire life savings into a stock you know nothing about because you have never traded before. So make sure you do your own due diligence on everything you hear, see, or may even think of. But for this show right here, here's my opinion based on what I see for the S&P 500. This is my stock shot, and it's my shot at a stock for this week. The S&P 500 is what I'm taking on today because it is one of the most well-known indexes out there. It has a lot to do with a lot of people's retirements, either if you're private, government, contracted, any kind of work in the world, this is most likely part of your retirement if it is hooked up to the stock market. So let's get some knowledge about it and see why are we losing so much money this year. Well, grizzly season has started, and I'm going to show you where it started right now. So here we go. Let's get it going. Here comes the first episode of Stock Shots. As you can see, I'm not going to be doing anything complicated. What I'm talking about is trend lines. That's the first thing I'm talking about. It tells me where does the money want to go. It wants to go up on this trend line. But as you can see, we got to an area right about here, and the money said, oh, I'm tired. I'm done. So that is January of 2022. With that being said, let's see where the money said it wanted to go. It said it's grizzly season, everybody. Get in the covers and stay warm. If you start moving, I'm going to smack you down. Why? Because that's what grizzlies do. Grizzlies like to hibernate. And every time you see that money wanted to start moving, what happened? It got smacked down. Okay, so we have our second touch here. And it gives us a lot of information. Why? Because we are now able to look to the left. So we are looking to the left because now we are going to start talking about support and resistance. So we have just covered trend lines. It tells you where the money's going. Well, let's see where it might slow down, where it might reverse. Let's go through some of these lovely areas here that could be issues for our money going up or down. Yeah, ooh, this is looking good. This is looking good so far. How about this one? Yeah, I like this one too. All right, so I picked out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 levels. These levels are important to me because they are my major support and resistance on a weekly time frame. If I'm looking to trade stocks or do options or maybe even futures, woohoo, getting spicy out here. Okay, this could be something that is important to me because support and resistance can give me an idea of where the money may stop or where it may go. Let's do one more. There we go. All right, here we go. So altogether, there's 6 levels here that I'm concerned with. They are making me very happy. Why? Because they are giving me places, as you can see right here, that were respected. So I have my resistance in this area here. Guess what it did? It didn't do it once, but it did it twice. Here was the first resistance at that area. So let's get in here. Let's make sure you guys can see it. Here we go. And as we go down on this particular stock, we're going to see we have some areas that were 1, 2 touches. Where? On our resistance that was to the left. So resistance is an area where the price may go up and it says, I just don't have enough steam to get through it. I got to go back, gather some more orders, gather some more cash, aka do the Philly flash, what you got under your shirt. Oh, it's a hammer. Okay, they about to rob somebody. So they took the money that was down here in this area, right about here. They say, it's a sticker. Give me the money. They took the money and they ran with it right past our resistance. After that, the summer was over. Winter started. Grizzly season's here. It came down to these levels here. Once it got to these levels here, it said, hey, look, I ain't got enough. Got to go rob somebody. So it came up here to our very favorite resistance area. That resistance area became very important because it also shows us that price is having a very hard time getting past it. And you can tell by the long wicks at the top of those candles. So it tried it once, it tried it 2 times and failed. After that second touch, it went down, went on down. It went down to an area that was previously support. So this area is where they came down, got a bunch of money, and took off again. But this time they took so much money on the last trip down here, it was nothing left. They went on down to the next area. It was like, okay, I found the area we can stand on for a minute. This is support. So right here, we found our support. This is our next area, which was on our left side, resistance. So support can turn into resistance, and resistance can turn into support. Now, all depending on how many orders are out here in the market, these areas are places that you definitely want to keep an eye on. They're places where price may have an issue passing or may even come back and revisit. So what happened was this. It went up, came down. Everybody said, oh man, we found the bottom. So June, right? If you look back June 2022, you'll see a bunch of articles. We found the bottom. The bottom's here. And then they took off, right? This is called a bear market rally. This was everybody's favorite thing. We took off. Oh man, everybody was so happy. You know why they were happy? Because they were making money again. Your portfolio went green for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 9 weeks. And then the grizzly heard us moving, smacked us right back down. If y'all don't sit down and be quiet, I'm sleeping. Gave him a smack. Now, where did the grizzly smack? The grizzly smack came right at one of our favorite areas, our resistance, which had turned into support and is now resistance again. We got smacked down. Boy, the grizzly came out with the paws, boy. Claws and paws. Came out with everything. And he said, if y'all make another noise, I swear to bear Jesus that I am going to get up and get all of you. So what we do? Hey, everybody be quiet. Let's make sure this bear stays asleep. We came down. Came all the way down to right here. So this area here is where we thought, okay, for a week, we stopped around here. We're good, guys. Look, we want to try it one more time. The resistance and support is important because our next area we were concerned about is now our support. It was resistance earlier. It is now support. After this, it looks like we may try to get up again, walk around this cave, but you know them bears, man. If you disturb the bears, what's going to happen? We might get ready for another little smackdown. So it's important to realize something. This area right here may be our next opportunity if we are options traders, futures traders, maybe if we're in one of the other markets, maybe even Forex, where we can see a rejection of this trend line. I'm getting ready to start calling it the grizzly line, okay? Because this right here, every time we get here, bears wake up and they get to work, boy. So we might get a smackdown right about here in this area, which is one of our areas of resistance. So I'm waiting here. I'm being patient. If there's a little rally, let's see where it might be. Let's take this. Let's put it here. Right now, I got a little bit of a touch. It's pretty steep right now. Let's see how next week goes, how it opens. I want you guys to remember, this is a 10-minute video at the most. I want you to get the most information you can. A lot of you are probably like, well, this stuff already happened. What about next? Well, for next, as you can see, we have a really good support area that has some strong rejections. That's 32.11. Let's see if it's going to be around that area that we get either our next big drop to, or is this going to be a major support when it gets here? Maybe that's the bottom. Who can tell? We'll find out together. Thanks for stopping in for the first show on Stock Shots. Next week could be your turn or your shot at a stock. Thank you.